All right, so I have finally finished wrapping this car in PPF. Now, I did the back third of the car, I don't know, a month or two ago. So it's been a little bit of time since I was able to get this video out. So I apologize about that, but this is part 3. So make sure if you're thinking about doing this yourself, you check out part 1, part 2, and then now this video, part 3. So we started with a full frontal, and doing that right after we took delivery of the car. I think I installed it with like 30 or 40 miles on the car. I did it extremely early, and the reason was because with our last car, we waited a while and it just got so much stuff hit the front of the car with bugs and rocks and stuff like that. So getting that protection right away can really pay off if you're interested in protecting the car. Because of that front end being a big flat surface, it's exposed to a ton of stuff. I cannot recommend enough getting full PPF on the front of the car. They do make partial kits too, so it would be part of the hood, part of the fenders, and the full bumper. Anyways, doing this can be very, very expensive. And with our last one, I came across a DIY kit, and that really put us down this path. I did 3M Pro Series last time, and it worked reasonably well. It required a lot of stretching. The Xpel kits that I install now are much better, and they seem to be more forgiving. So stretching them doesn't seem to be as much of an issue as it does with the 3M product. So if you overstretch that 3M product, it's pretty much toast and you got to start over. This one's a lot more forgiving, so that's something I have noticed about it. I'm very happy with the results. Now, I want to go through how much it cost me to do this and how much you should expect to pay. And for some people, you may not even care at all to do this, and that's totally fine. But if you have it in you to give it a shot, it is totally worth it to save literally thousands of dollars. So I've teamed up with Drive Protected Shop, and all the prices, do keep in mind, are listed in Canadian dollars. So the US dollar to Canadian dollar conversion is like 79%, 80%, something like that. So those Canadian prices, plus you get a 25% discount all the way through the end of this year. It's been extended using code BTG, and then it should go back to 20% off with that code. So you're looking at quite a bit of savings if you do go this route. And again, thanks to the sponsor of this episode, Squarespace. Connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated, members-only content. Manage your members, send email communications, and leverage audience insights, all on one easy-to-use platform. Create a community on your Squarespace website with a fully integrated commenting system that supports threaded comments, replies, and likes. Use their powerful blogging tools to categorize, share, and schedule your posts too. You can display posts from your social media profiles on your website and automatically push website content to your favorite social media channels so your followers can share it too. So make sure you go to squarespace.com to start your new website. And when you're ready to launch, you can get 10% off your first website or domain purchase. I ended up, after adding all the kits that I put on this car, the entire car is completely wrapped now. It cost me roughly $2,000 US to do the whole car. Now, when you compare that to how much it costs to be done professionally, I see between $5,000 and $8,000, and it really seems to depend on your area. And again, that's for an Xpel kit to be installed. There are some cheaper kits, but even then you're talking $4,500. So there might be a few $100s you could save on the material, but you're talking every bit of $5,000 plus to have what I did on this car done. Now, you will get professional results and the workmanship will be warranted. Now, the Xpel kit itself is warranted, but obviously not the labor, because you're the labor. So there are some things to consider there. Also, it takes a lot of time to do this, and it can be tedious, and attention to detail is very much needed to get this done right. My car, I have plenty of imperfections in this kit, and that's my own doing, but I am completely okay with that because in my area, the quote that I got was $6,500. So I saved $4,500 doing this myself, and I am extremely satisfied with that. Plus, my car has ultimate protection on it. Now, the difference between PPF and ceramic coat, ceramic goes on top, and I did put ceramic coating on top of the PPF. That is going to help prevent light scratches, or like if you go to a car wash frequently, it can help to prevent scratches from things like that. But it also helps to enhance the shine of a car. So ceramic is really nice to have, but if you're going to do both like we did, you need to put PPF down first, and then ceramic on top of that. You cannot install PPF on a ceramic surface because it will not adhere properly and it'll come off. So that is the order that you're going to do this. Now, with this total install, the rear of this car, I have a couple of tips for you, some things I learned along the way. So number one, you do have to remove that license plate bracket. Get that out of the way. This first piece is super easy to install. There's nothing to really think about with this piece. Now, the bumper is a little bit tough, but it's nothing like the front bumper if you've already done that. For this one, what I found to work best was to use the two middle sensors in the very middle of the bumper. Start there and then go all the way to the last sensor on the corner and line that one up, and then line up that sensor in between the two of them. So by doing that, you'll have less stretching. It'll lay down a little bit nicer, but it is a bit of a stretch around that corner. The hardest part of this last kit though was lining up that lift gate. So it's two pieces. One of them's a U shape that goes all the way on the top, and one of them just goes across the face of that. What I learned after doing this, it may be worth trying to install both of those at the same time. So put plenty of slick solution down and get both pieces kind of in place, and try to line up that edge where both of those pieces meet together while they're both wet. So you can kind of lift up both pieces and spray down some tack solution to try to get it to lay down in place properly. It was really hard to get that lined up, and I didn't do a great job. I messed up on the outsides basically, so you can see where that film is overlapping. Now, I can take a razor blade and try to get some of that off, but I'm not even going to deal with it because I don't care. I think it looks just fine, and you really have to get close to see it anyways. And that's the same for all of the imperfections on here. For $4,500, I can live with all those little bitty things that you have to look close to find. So anyways, I am super glad that I did this. And again, if you visit Drive Protected Shop, you'll get 25% off through the end of this year with code BTG. Starting in January, it's going to go back down to 20% off, which is still a great deal to have this kit. So getting these kits pre-cut, you don't have to worry about cutting anything, emblems, any of that stuff. It's all pre-cut, and the patterns are really good. They do wrap around the edges, which is really nice, so you're not really seeing a bunch of transition lines and things like that. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the time lapse of the install. So there you have it. Don't forget to visit Drive Protected Shop using code BTG to save 25%. These are in Canadian dollars, so don't forget that too. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, of course, subscribe to the channel as we continue to post content regularly. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Bearded Tesla. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.